What's up, everyone? It's Mez here, and today I'm going to give you guys my top 5 movies of 2017. For this one, it's going to be explained before. It's movies I've seen, just movies I've enjoyed. So even if it's a movie that came out this year, if I didn't see it, might not be on this list. But I'm going to give you guys my opinion, and you tell me what you guys think of it. So let's get the show on the road. Coming in at number 5, it's gonna be Wonder Woman. Now, for this one, I felt it was like the first real success for DC movie universe, and it kind of gave them hope again that, or gave fans hope that they can actually put out a decent movie. Now, the story was good. I felt like it was kind of the Captain America: First Avenger led by a female, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. And it kind of gave hope to seeing more female superheroes leading on screen, as opposed to having only like the male leads carrying everything. It kind of shows that you can have a female superhero and still have it be a success. And overall, I felt like it was a really good movie. So that's gonna be my number 5 pick. Coming at number 4, we have Spiderman Homecoming. This one, it was just an overall really good Spider-Man movie. I felt the past two iterations of Spider-Man really had either a good Peter or a good Spider-Man. This I felt like was the perfect mix of the two, where Tom Holland he played that kind of dorky Peter, but then he also played that comedic Spider-Man that you got out of it. And it having that connection to the MCU made it even better. Being able to see how it fits in with the rest of the characters and how it fit in with Civil War and how it's going to fit in with the rest of it. And finally, what kind of solidified this movie as being really good was Michael Keaton's portrayal of the Vulture, a real character that no one really cares about and was kind of outdated, but they updated it with more refreshing feel to it and made it really good. He kind of killed it as that character, and the villain made it so much better. Up next, we're gonna have Thor Ragnarok. This one is another one where for me, it was a super fun movie to go see. It kind of gave life back to those Thor movies, because the first two were kind of not too great, even though they gave you Loki. But overall, the movies weren't great. This one, I felt overall was an amazing movie, with the addition of the Hulk in there, giving them that Planet Hulk feel. You had Valkyrie kind of doing her thing in there, and Loki coming back. All of that was great. And then you also had Kate Blanchett, who was another amazing villain that Marvel gave us. She kind of carried the whole thing as Hela, and I felt like she killed it. She's probably one of my favorite villains to date of that Marvel Cinematic Universe. And again, the connection and build up towards the Infinity War stuff, that is another thing that's got me really excited and made me love the movie even more. And like the way they built characters going in to what we know what's coming was something that I felt like gave even more appeal for me. Up next is Get Out. Now, this one was super intense. I saw this one really late, but I've heard like all the buzz about it, and I was like, I figured I'd go and watch it without it getting spoiled for me, and that was probably the best thing I ever did, because I feel like once you know the twist to this, it's kind of a completely different movie. When you see it after the first time with fresh eyes, you kind of don't get where it's going exactly, but once you see it and see it the second time, you see all these little nuances that you didn't see before, and it made it so much better. It gives you like this whole thing where it's like psychological thriller and all of that, and kind of gives you like it's a commentary on society really, and how you feel going to these kind of situations when you're like really the outcast, and like a black guy going to a community of white people, and how it would feel going through that. But then like the whole kind of horror aspect of it and the supernatural aspect of it, it had so much more. And to me, it was just overall like just amazingly done movie, and it was I still would watch it again. So it was a great thing. And now the main event, going to my number one movie, is Baby Driver. This movie for me, it was easily my favorite movie of the year. I probably watched this movie like 5 to 6 times. And that's a lot for me because usually I would watch a movie once and be done with it. But the way they edited this movie to go along with the music and the way the music added to this movie was just so good to me, and how like the camera angles changed on beats, and how like they added movie the music to give more action to the car chase sequences and all of that. It felt so good to me, and I loved it overall. The driving was done really well. I felt like the acting was amazing. Gave you a good combination of like action with some like romance subplots in there, and for me it was just like endlessly rewatchable. I would watch it over and over again. All the actors in here were great, from Jamie Foxx to John Hamm to the main lead of Ansel Elgort. Like all these guys like all nailed their spots, and for me it's like a movie like, I could watch it over and over again. And that's gonna be my top 5 movies of 2017. If you guys have your own opinions, let us know down in the comments. And tell me if you agree with my selections. That's going to be it for me, guys. Later.